welcome. We're live from Xi'an, China for the World Cyber Games 2019.
No, they're on the cliff! Onto the cliff! In the meanwhile, we've got Drake's hiding in the back. He's going to be able to pick up the double kill.
Lich in trouble, he comes to Storm on low, Colin will use defensively, trying to save the goal!
Oh no, they're not going to be able to do it!
Look at that! He's going to end the game on a core here. We see on the core, and that's going to be game!
Welcome back, everyone, to the third place match at WCG 2019 here in Xi'an, China. This is going to be an epic game.
It really is. We've had some incredible series already today. Best of fives, our first. Every single game so intensely close.
Yeah, and then the second game, not as close, but still some phenomenal games between Taoki and FMGG.
Yeah.
FMGG goes to the final, as does WCG. You'll be able to see those after this. But the third place match between Taoki and Franco will be starting very, very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be explosive as well, and I'm excited to see this third place match. It's interesting to see the fact that the two guys coming into the tournament that were touted as favorites have gone straight on into the final. It's exciting to see how that one's going to pan out. And FM, really, he was a dark horse back in the qualifier, and now to go into the finals, I'm excited to see what he can do. But enough about the finals. We've got our third place match here. It's Franco going to be on the top side of the map. It's going to be Taoki down on the bottom. And most importantly, this is a best of 5 for $10,000 US. The loser goes home empty-handed.
Yeah, this match now is very all or nothing. They either get all the money or they get nothing at all. And we see the Inferno Dragon taking out that Royal Giant very quickly. Oh, gets stunned. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Taking a little bit of damage here, but it's
one
okay.
More shot than I expected to go through, honestly. Yeah. The Goblin Cage excellently used that. Obviously, the Brawler comes out, gets a lot of DPS down. And the Barbarian Barrel to counter the Barbarian Barrel. And a little bit of damage will come through. It actually forces out a Tornado there.
That's an interesting choice. I don't know if that was worth using the Tornado there. He may as well have kept it a little bit longer, see what he could have done, but doesn't matter. He's back up to the 10 elixir mark, drops down that Dark Knight, and a Minor Blade in the back for Taoki here.
So now the Dark Prince gonna charge on forward, and will be met by that Minor. Yep. So just trade away. And both players kind of playing it safe for now, not wanting to overcommit too much. And you'll see players at this stage in the game often playing things right at the very back because they don't want to be the one that wastes too much elixir, wastes too many cards, and ends up falling behind.
Yeah, well, the Goblin Brawler is going to start punching the Ice Whiz, and he's going to start running towards the top of the Dark Knight. The Dark Prince is going to meet him right in the middle. And the Royal Giant Blade on the left-hand side, he's going to be met with the Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, but the Ice Spirit is actually going to do a good amount of defensive work there to keep that Royal Giant alive. 3 shots go through, 1,500 HP remaining, and now time to deal with this Lava Hound that's pushing along the right-hand lane. In the meantime, this Inferno Dragon might just get onto the tower. Will be used in the left. Dark Prince connects to the bottom right tower as well. Utter chaos exploding on the screen right now. Inferno Dragon taking out the Mega Minion. No, actually gets taken out itself. But look at the health bars on Taoki's towers.
Yeah, I mean, Franco's pushes are just working much, much better. But if there's any time to get some damage in, oh, beautiful Tornado. Canceling that all out there. Taoki is very much on the back foot as Franco's pushes were just incredibly successful.
Yeah, and when you see situations like that, fights happening on 3 different towers, those are the kind of situations that separate the wheat from the chaff, the truly great players from those who are trying to and aspiring to be that.
Yeah, we see the Baby Dragon played at the bridge. The Dark Prince is going to be met with the Goblin Brawler, who's going to punch him some. And now this is actually a very scary push. The Inferno Dragon is very healthy and he connects to the tower. The Tornado brings it out, but still so much damage being done here. The guard on the bottom is also connecting. The Lava Hound is getting a lot of damage done here.
Big game. Poison comes on out as well. Just a couple more hits.
That's
will
it.
Finish things off, and there we have it. Taoki turns things around just as we were counting him out. Takes game number 1.
Absolutely out of nowhere, that push comes through. That is the power of Lava Hound. That all it takes is one powerful push to go all the way through with something in the back. I mean, Franco tried his hardest. That tornado, he needed to do it, but that wasn't where he would have wanted to spend the elixir because he had to pull that Inferno Dragon off.
If he could have saved the Ice Spirit just a second longer and used it after the tornado, maybe he could have held that push. Just getting the AoE freeze onto a few more units could have been the difference maker because it was that close. But perhaps he had to use the Ice Spirit to cycle to the tornado. We don't know what was in his hand at the exact moment, but my goodness, I thought that was done and dusted. I thought Franco had that one in the bag.
I was ready halfway to backstage. I was like, this is done. But that was incredible play there.
And man, this is just Taoki in a nutshell, right? Every single time he wins a game, it's an explosive victory. It's down to the wire. Either he's managed to win through basically golem bridge spam, dropping it right at the bridge and pushing on forwards, annihilating someone in under 3 minutes, or it's been these super down-to-the-wire games where he somehow pulls it through at the last second.
Yeah, but the games that he loses, it always feels like he never really had a good grip on the game.
Yeah.
It felt like he just lost his footing at the beginning, and instead of like stabilizing himself, he kind of just keeps stumbling, and then eventually he's flat on his back, like looking up at the sky going, oh, well.
Yeah, and you see a lot of panic cards dropped. You see a lot of situations where elixir is sort of wasted, and when those situations occur, this is a lesson for you guys at home as well. When you start to fall behind early on, you gotta kind of regain consciousness in that situation. Don't just drop cards willy-nilly. Don't just allow yourself to fall further and further behind, because if you can't reset your mentality in that stage, you guarantee that you're going to lose the game.
Sometimes it's best just to give up a tower.
Yeah.
That's simple as that. Sometimes it's best to give up a tower, but right now, neither of these players are really giving them up.
No.
You have to pry them from their cold hands. They're like holding on. I'm going to be the one to take third place. I'm the one going home with the prize money. I'm the one going home with the medal. You're going home with nothing. And that's how they're both acting right now.
Yeah, $10,000 or nothing. This is such an important game. And Taoki proving that as he takes game number 1. And it's time to see who's going to take game number 2 here. Taoki once again on the bottom. And Franco going to be up on the top. And Franco, he's going to be knocked a little bit off of that first game. I think he probably thought he had that one in the bag. Anyone at home probably thought he had that one in the bag. 400 HP remaining on that bottom right tower.
It looked like the game was signed, sealed, and delivered, but Taoki intercepted the message and burned it. But anyway, Miner played at the back here for Franco, and a bandit from Taoki going down that left-hand side.
Yeah, the Miner is not going to make it to the tower with that little HP, but the bandit, we'll see what intercepts the dash here. Actually, nothing going to be used. The dash comes on through, and that is going to be a huge amount of damage.
We talk about using health as a resource, and that's exactly what Franco did there. He allowed the bandit to go through, but I don't know if it's going to be a good idea. This is a scary, scary deck to go against, especially when you take one bandit hit. I don't know if Franco is going to be able to hold on.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision, because there's a big conversation there to be had about using health as a resource versus not dealing with a push. And you know, like, what did losing that health actually gain Franco there? Very little. He was able to drop a baby dragon, but that didn't achieve anything. It's not like he made a huge push with those 2 dragons. And so at that point, it's not really health as a resource. It's just an unfortunate misplay.
Yeah, I just don't think he had anything that he could throw in front, because the 2 cards he played were Inferno Dragon and then the Baby Dragon. So maybe he just felt like the Tombstone would have been better for something else. I don't know.
Perhaps just wanting to be able to cycle, just accepting that, you know, sometimes you do just have to take some damage. Sometimes the cards aren't there.
Barbarian's getting a lot of damage, and the bandit gets another charge in.
But again, this time this is health as a resource. He's using this to set up his Lava Hound push in the left lane. Inferno Dragon, sorry, is going to come down, but this is trading a tower. He needs to get something huge here off the back of this one. Dark Prince finally goes down. Electro Wiz is going to be causing a bit of a ruckus here, but now the Miner going to connect to the tower as well. The battle round comes down. Poison going to be trying to deal with everything. But this Inferno Dragon cannot get onto the tower right now.
Yeah, everything. Taoki is throwing everything under this, but it doesn't matter. The Inferno Dragon connects. Zap comes down. Beautiful, beautiful zap there. And Taoki just needs to defend for 20 more seconds. 681 remain, and this Lava Hound is going to get to the tower. Is he going to be able to put anything behind it?
There's
no,
a
the poison comes down.
Miner comes on through as well. I think this might be a tower going down here with the poison, with the Miner, with the Lava Hound. There it goes. 5 seconds remaining, and he pushes it on into overtime.
But the Battle Ram does manage to sneak underneath everything. The Dark Prince are going to take each other out underneath the tower. The minions there, but Franco has enough elixir here to stabilize.
There's Baby Dragon. Okay. Whew. Franco holding on to things. That was a very scary situation from him. That would have been a 2-0 lead for Taoki. That would have almost settled the series.
The P.E.K.K.A.
P.E.K.K.A comes down.
He has nothing really for that P.E.K.K.A to take out of Franco's deck, so he decides to put it down at the bridge just to tank some damage for everything else that he's going to put underneath. Like the Bandit, like the Ewiz, and the P.E.K.K.A goes down to, and everything else goes down to the Baby Dragon. P.E.K.K.A still survives.
Double Inferno Dragon, but both of them are just being wrecked by this Ewiz. They can't get any damage off. Baby Dragon will just about finish off this P.E.K.K.A, but honestly, P.E.K.K.A's going to be back in rotation any second. There's a Bandit. Something has to block that. Dark Prince comes down at the last possible second. And somehow Franco stabilizes a dire situation.
Yeah, that pocket Bandit there would have been so good if it connected, but Dark Prince comes down just in time. But the question is, does Taoki have anything to do with that Inferno Dragon, or does he need to? He could just go down on that left-hand side with all these units. The Battle Ram does manage to hit the Tombstone, but there's still so much here. The poison is down, dealing a little bit extra damage.
Really, really great Tombstone there.
But he's got nothing for
Bandit
that.
comes down. Dark Prince once again. Franco is defending out of his mind. He actually wins this trade overall, but again, not enough damage to turn it into anything. Honestly, it looks like Franco's looking for a tie right now.
I mean, anything can happen. We saw last game a Lava Hound push can actually just deal absolute incredible damage on a nutshell. So will he be able to do it here? Miner played in the back here for Franco. Means that he's probably just cycling it out. There is a P.E.K.K.A to tank everything up. Bandit is in behind. Once the train gets to the tower, but the Tombstone is there.
All right, the Ewiz just went down as well to the poison. I think this Inferno Dragon should be able to deal with the P.E.K.K.A pretty comfortably.
Oh, and it's up! Dark Prince is there, but
we both went full panic mode there for a second.
But what this means is the Battle Ram might be able to get through if Taoki can find the elixir to drop it in the middle before it comes back in cycle, but I don't think it's going to be there. The Ewiz comes down. The minions taking out the Bandit on the left-hand side, but the Miner...
Oh, last possible split-second Tombstone comes out. We'll be able to deal with the Bandit. 900 HP against 1,000 here. 30 seconds on the clock. One push remaining for either player.
Yeah, Franco is getting the better exchanges here. Slowly but surely taking the victory, but that P.E.K.K.A is very healthy. But the Battle Ram on the left-hand side isn't going to be able to connect. Where's the Tombstone?
This might just be Tombstone. One hit from the Bandit.
There it is!
This is going to be it surely! And Taoki 2-0. What a way to end an incredibly close game.
Taoki! It looked like Franco was stabilizing. It looked like he was going to be able to defend everything and was slowly but surely chipping away at that damage. And then that P.E.K.K.A just beautiful play, putting it in the pocket.
Exactly. And the first time in the entire game that he played the P.E.K.K.A so aggressively right up front and center, but it was just a distraction. It was a distraction all along.
We knew the Battle Ram was going to cut. Battle Ram or Bandit would have gone down there, right?
Yeah.
And I just think that was just too much pressure on top of Franco. He didn't have enough to deal with the P.E.K.K.A plus anything else coming down that lane. And Taoki, he found his spot. He realized there was that little window of opportunity right there, and he took it. And now is 2-0, match point.
Yeah.
$10,000 plus third place at WCG is within his grasp.
And coming into this third place game, I don't know about you. I was definitely touting Franco as the favorite. I was saying Franco should be coming in strong here. He's had some really great performances yesterday. You know, his semi-final, it went the full 5 games. In fact, he went 7 games, and they were incredibly close, whereas Taoki lost out 3-1. I thought that surely Franco was the favorite, but right now, Taoki 2-0 up and looking commanding moving into game number 3.
Yeah, I got a feel for Franco. Like, maybe that game earlier took everything out of him.
Yeah.
And maybe it's kind of deflated him a little bit, but Taoki is just flying high right now. But this is Clash Royale. anything can happen, and we could definitely see a reversal of the scoreline. We could see Franco go 3-2.
We certainly could. It's very possible. Let's find out what decks are going to be brought into game number 3 here. Franco going to be up at the top. He's against the ropes right now as Taoki is 2-0 up in this best of 5. And Franco just not able to find what he needs so far this series. The cannon cart going to be coming out from Taoki in this game. We'll see what else he's going to have.
He's going to be bringing, I think this might be the graveyard version we saw earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think, yeah, there we go. There's the Goblin Cage. The cannon actually delaying the Royal Giant coming through, but unfortunately for Taoki, that Royal Giant wasn't in any range of the tower, so it's fine.
Yeah, having 2 buildings there to tank up the Royal Giant as well. Obviously the Goblin Cage
activates the King Tower. That is bad news if indeed Taoki is playing the graveyard, because that extra line of defense really does hamper the ability of graveyard to
if he's playing graveyard, honestly, creating such an extra defensive structure here, like the biggest strength that graveyard has is you can distract the Princess Tower, right? So that the skeletons don't just get one shot. With an extra tower available, suddenly this deck almost is no longer viable.
But I don't think Taoki needs to rely on it too much. I think he has enough tools in this deck to be able to take a tower or 2. But Franco with the Royal Giant here, it's going to be tough for Taoki to break through. The Royal Giant
is
going
to get a lot of hits here. The Royal Giant already 2 shots in, looking for maybe 4 here, and that is huge damage. In the meantime, the Ice Wizard is doing a good amount of damage to these follow-up units right now. Barbarian Barrel gets so much value, it's absurd.
The value barrel strikes again.
Oh my goodness, does the cannon cart even get past the bridge? That's the question. The answer's going to be no, and that is an unbelievably favorable trade. Everything is going perfectly for Franco this game.
This is the start of the combat. There is the graveyard, the first graveyard of the game. The Bar Barrel doesn't get much. It gets the Rascal Girls, but these skeletons still are getting a few little picks at that tower. Not enough to shout home about, but it could be a deciding factor at the end of this game.
Certainly could, but there's a Royal Giant in both lanes right now. This is absolutely massive for Franco. There is going to be a counter push going on in the left lane. Dark Prince going to be there trying to deal with this one. In the meantime, Mega Minion trying to take out that Royal Giant, but once again stuck on the bridge. Here we go. It's time for this graveyard to really show its quality right now. The Mega Minion will go down. So does the Barbarian.
Oh, it's getting so much
good
damage.
Is it enough though? 1600, and look how low both towers are for Taoki. He has done a good job of pressuring though.
Yeah, that was a great push. Unfortunately for him, I think he was hoping the Bar Barrel would take the aggro from the Princess Tower, but the Mega Minion actually took that damage. And I think if it was the other way around, it would have been great.
Honestly, it feels to me like had the King Tower not been activated, that could have been a tower-taking push, honestly.
Yeah.
It's such a dramatic swing in this game. Oh, the Royal Giant almost getting a shot there.
That was bad by Franco. Franco throws down the lightning, which turns the cannon cart into the cannon. That distracts the Royal Giant. Just enough time there for everything to get cleaned up.
This graveyard able to get absolutely nothing here. I think one skeleton got a hit the entire time.
Like, do you let the cannon cart live with, or do you lightning it like that? Like, for me, I'd have left it so my Royal Giant would have connected to the tower and then threw it down.
Yeah, I think leaving it is fine. You can always lightning it later so it doesn't get onto your tower. Here we go, Royal Giant pushing in this left-hand lane. The lightning comes on in, and once again, that's going to turn it into a building. Royal Giant still going to get one shot on in. Mega Minion goes down in the top right as well. Here comes the graveyard. But there's a Dark Prince there to deal with that one. 900 HP as the Ice Wizard gets onto the tower in the left lane and very comfortably dealt with the graveyard in the right. 700 HP remains.
Still took a little bit of damage at that top right tower, though. 1,191 remains on that. Another graveyard, a successful graveyard from Taoki. Could actually finish this game, but that Royal Giant barreling down that left-hand side is super scary here.
If he can get another double Royal Giant, one in each lane, that could be enough pressure just to end the game on the spot. This Royal Giant gets one more shot in, 400 HP remaining. There is a lightning in this deck. This is now spell cycle range. There's a minute on the clock. He needs to be able to defend as well, though.
So we see the Rascals, and there is the graveyard. This is Taoki's last. Oh, beautiful tornado.
Yeah,
making sure there is no tank available for that graveyard. And this now looks like it's signed, sealed, and delivered for Franco, but there are 40 seconds. for Taoki to try and survive. All Franco needs is 2 lightnings.
Suddenly, the lightning onto the cannon cart earlier makes a whole lot more sense because it wasn't about the cannon cart in the first place. It was about starting to pick away at the tower, starting to get that damage on in. Another graveyard comes down here on the top right. This is do or die now for Taoki. He has to win on this push or it's going to be over. Tornado comes out. The tower is going to survive. The King Tower doing so much work to protect this tower. And now lightning is going to cycle on in. There's the 6 elixir.
Trying to make sure that the lightning isn't going to strike the tower right now, but unfortunately...
Lightning always strikes the same spot twice.
Hey!
There
Franco
it is.
played incredibly well then. Oh.
Keeping himself alive in this series, 2-1 now, and Franco not going to go down without a fight. It was 2-0 to Taoki, and he's saying, look, this isn't over just yet. I'm not tilted, I'm not rolling over, I'm not accepting defeat.
Yeah, what a game though.
Yeah.
What an absolute game. The Royal Giant there, I feel like there are a few times where Franco could have definitely got a Royal Giant hit in the tower, but he throws down the lightning a little bit too soon, which turns the cannon cart into the cannon, and that stopped the Royal Giant.
Yeah.
If he waited like half a second longer, he would have had Royal Giant hits on the tower.
And that's the thing. The Royal Giant does so much damage with every single shot. One shot really can decide a game. But honestly, on the other side of things, that's an incredibly even matchup between those two decks. It's not like one deck counters the other. It definitely can go both ways. But the fact that the Tornado was able to activate the King Tower right at the start of the game makes things so difficult for that graveyard.
Yeah.
Just the extra skeletons being deleted by that King Tower, it makes it incredibly difficult to get good value out of that card. You need to have essentially multiple tanks tanking multiple towers to be able to get anything out of your skeletons.
The fact that Taoki got any purchase on those graveyards, though, with the King Tower active, with Ice Wiz, with Dark Knight,
it's
Dark
commendable.
Prince, I mean, hats off to the guy. That was really well played. But we've seen so many times where a lightning goes down, and that puts the player who uses it in a very bad position because that's 6 elixir burned, trying to get that lightning cycle to finish out the game. Sometimes the opponent will just walk forward and smash you down. And we didn't get that this time, luckily for Franco.
And also, there was that situation right at the very end there. When the tower is low enough on HP, Lightning targets the highest HP targets within its radius. So you saw the bandits come down, the Ice Golem comes down, just throwing any units that have more than 200 HP on that tower. If Franco had rushed it, he could have actually hit those units instead of the tower. That could have lost him the game on the spot.
It could have, but
or tied the game at least.
I still think he would have hit the tower. I'm not sure on the HP of the Rascal Girls.
I'm not sure.
I think it's slightly less than 200, so I think it would have popped him. But anyway, we're going to get into game number 4, set 4.
Yeah, here we go. Time to find out if Taoki can finish things off here. Still on series point for Taoki. The question is, can he turn it into a victory here? He won the first 2 back-to-back, and now running with a Lumberjack to start things up against this Miner and some guards.
Yeah, he caught that Miner very well with the Lumberjack and is going to get down to the tower. Is he going to get one hit? Just one scratch there. Taoki now has a commanding lead.
Yeah, inching ahead in this one. Now, we did see, I believe, there was a Lumberjack. Oh, here we go, actually.
Is this the Double Dragon Golem deck that we're going to be seeing? The E-Drag, the Baby Drag?
It could well be here. And the Baby Dragon not going to be able to do much here as he gets stunned up and taken out by the Princess Tower. And this is kind of the classic coming out from Franco with the Lava Hound, the Baby Dragon, the Miner as well.
If in doubt, Lava Hound.
Yeah. If in doubt, hound him out.
Oh. Okay, so we do see the Baby Dragon come down. The Electro Dragon may not be in cycle just yet. So he's going to have to try and get something to stop that Inferno Dragon. The Mega Minion is there to help deal with that, though.
All right, Goblin Cage comes down to block the Lumberjack as well. The Brawler versus Brawler action. But the range is going to be
one
there.
hit. Yeah, just about gets one hit there.
This is good damage on the bottom tower, though. The Pups as well as the Miner doing a lot of work.
1655. That's a really good push there for Franco. I wasn't expecting anything to come from that, and to get anything at all was great for him. But this E-Drag may just get a hit on the tower. Yeah, one hit.
And one thing you can do for any viewers at home right now, when an E-Dragon is hitting a tower on its own, if you have a unit that you can play in between the King Tower and the Princess Tower, you can chain that lightning and activate your King Tower off the back of an E-Dragon.
It looks like we're going all in right now. We see Taoki loading that right-hand side. The left-hand side, he's giving up the Inferno Dragon. Kennex, he doesn't have anything to reset that. It does play down the E-Drag, but that's too late. But the Baby Dragon raged up here. He's going to be able to get onto the tower eventually. No, there's a lightning, but he didn't catch the Inferno Dragon. This is bad news for Taoki. I think he's going to go down here.
This might just be the end of the series, honestly. That is such a huge swing in favor of, oh, sorry, not the end of the series, the end of the game. Franco now, 1 tower, massive advantage here. The Brawler comes out, 10 seconds remaining, but it's going to be Franco
that's get the Lumberjack
pushing.
and the Baby Dragon on the other side.
Oh my goodness, 5 seconds. Can he get the shots in? 2 more shots is going to do it. 21 HP, it's not going to happen in time.
It wouldn't have
Franco
even
holds
mattered.
on.
It wouldn't have even mattered. The other tower was dead anyway. Trying to get 1 crown, trying to open his crown chest. Whew, whew, whew.
2-2. We're going to game 5, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was over. 2-0 to Taoki to start things up. I thought he had Franco's number, but Franco is not going down without a fight. And honestly, just brushing that Golem push aside.
Yeah, Taoki went all in on that push. Like, everything was going down that right-hand side. He got nothing. Practically nothing from that push.
Yeah. Insanely strong defense coming out, and especially when in the other side you have so much pressure behind that Lava Hound. When you've got multiple dragons to use, you've also got a Brawler pushing on in. Like, that is such a terrifying push to deal with if it's not immediately answered. If a counter push is the answer, when that counter push is answered, suddenly you realize at that point you don't have the elixir to answer the situation. Suddenly everything has fallen apart.
Maybe I should have defended that push.
Yeah.
That's what Taoki was probably thinking when, like, he saw that tower go down instantly, his own push. He's like, maybe I should have done something about that Lava Hound Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, that was... there's just so little that you can do once the decision has been made. Once you drop that Golem, you've already committed, and there's no going back. That's a lot of elixir to spend, and if you can't follow up on your counter push, if you can't win out off of your counter push, things are going to go horrendously wrong. And lightning at that point becomes one of the strongest cards of the game.
Anything becomes the strongest card in the game when you've already taken the tower. I mean,
that's true.
And he defended so perfectly, Franco. He used the right amount of elixir in that push to take the tower. As soon as he saw that, you know, there was going to be an all-in push on the other side, he was just like, okay, Lava Hound, Inferno Dragon, that's enough. Let's defend this push. He didn't overcommit on his left-hand push.
No.
Amazing decision-making there.
Yeah, and that's a mistake that you see a lot of newer players making. When they have a push that's going to already take a tower, adding extra units to that push, it's kind of like, it's like a win more situation, right? You've already got the tower. You don't need to commit more elixir. Yeah. Get ready for either another push or to defend the counter push that's coming your way. Use that elixir more effectively and make sure that you're squeezing every little bit of value out of every drop of elixir that you have.
But we are going to soon be getting into the final game between these two players to decide who goes in at 3rd and who finishes at 4th.
Yes, game number 5.
The deciding match.
Essentially a best of 1 now. Blind pick, best of 1 with $10,000 on the line. Money match. This is the kind of Clash Royale that I want to watch.
I mean, it's not looking good for Taoki, is it? 2 losses in a row. But then, I mean, well, Franco turned it around. Like, what do you do at this point? Do you throw something like a balloon freeze?
I was going to say, let's see the balloon freeze again. Let's see the cheese come out. $10,000 on the line, single game blind pick. I think you got to go for something outside of the box.
But I think if you go too far out of the box, you're just going to get steamrolled anyway. So,
maybe.
I mean, balloon
I want to
freeze.
see 3 Muskies, man. That's not going to happen, but I want to see it.
I don't think I can talk to you anymore. 3 Musketeers, then. No, but 3 Musketeers have come back. I saw a couple of the CRI games where 3 Musketeers was used. They ended up losing because 3 Musketeers are not in a great position right now, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... It's very easily countered. There's a lot of cards in the game that just deal with it very comfortably.
A lot of people like to tornado them all in the same line so you can barrel through and just take them all out.
Barb Barrel coming into existence at the same time that Three Muskies got nerfed was just like a deathly blow to that card. Here we go. It's going to be a bandit to start things off, met by a Goblin Cage. And actually not going to get any damage to the Brawler, so that's nice news here for Taoki on the bottom. Once again, Franco going to be on top, Taoki going to be on the bottom. It's game number 5, $10,000 on the line. It's time to find out who's going to take 3rd place here in this tournament.
Yeah, so the Bandit and Flying Machine here for Franco. Flying Machine is a very underrated card, I would say, but the guards on the left-hand side are going to be answered by the E-Drag. What are we thinking that Taoki is bringing? I think he's bringing a Lava Hound Goblin Cage deck. It's looking that way, but it could be a Golem. We could be surprised.
Yeah, the Mega Minion, it can fit in both decks. The Miner coming out as well makes me think it's probably airing towards the side of the Lava Hound. But definitely, I mean, like I said, let's bear in mind, this is Taoki. We've seen him bring multiple unconventional decks, so to try and predict exactly based on his cards is always a little bit more difficult, just because this guy is more than willing to invent things as well.
Yeah, so now we see the Bandit charge on the Goblin Brawler, but with the Baby Dragon in the background, finishes that off. The tower takes out the Rascal Girl in the back, and that push is over.
Oh, not... Oh, okay. It is going to be able to defend. I thought... Oh, here we go. Franco is bringing the Mega Knight deck.
Yep, Mega Knight in this deck is a pretty good choice. Kind of replaces a Pecker in the kind of bridge spammy kind of decks, but Mega Knight, we've seen this deck so many times now, where the Mega Knight and the Rascals do so much work, but the Goblin Brawler just nullifies it, but nothing here to stop that Bandit charge. Just
That's good damage.
Just the charge and one slap with the club.
Oh, look at the Brawler does so much for hit, it's terrifying. That tower just got absolutely clobbered on the right. Oh my goodness, Royal Hogs come down as well. The chip damage will be real because Lava Hound just came out, which means there's so little elixir to counter these Hogs. They've got so much damage on in. The guards not quite doing enough there. And now the Flying Machine trying to defend against this Lava Hound. This has to be a huge counter push.
But this is a huge push, you're right. Look at that Lava Hound, Baby Dragon. There's a Fireball, but doesn't do enough against what's there. And this is looking bad now for Franco. Everything's moved out of the way. The Inferno Dragon's going to be able to get a hit on this tower.
Massive snowball.
That is a huge amount of damage being done right there.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Tower goes down. Now the Royal Hogs come out, but the cage is available to block them. And there's a Mega Minion as well. Fireball is not enough to defend this one. Inferno Dragon even getting some bonus damage onto the King Tower here. And this is going to be game. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, Taoki is going to take 3rd place. And he's going to walk home with $10,000.
One push is all it takes. One push is all it took. And Taoki takes 3rd place over Franco. You told me day one Taoki was going to finish 3rd. I would have probably laughed in your face.
I would have told you would have finished 1st with gameplay like this.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Maybe not. On day one, I hadn't seen this gameplay, so it's maybe not true.
Taoki has played phenomenally today. I mean, yes, he did go down in the first game, but to beat out Franco in the way he did in that last game, I mean, that's one of the problems when you try to push underneath a Lava Hound.
Yeah.
Is that everything that's building up underneath that you're using to defend is going to be that massive offensive push. And that just took out everything. I don't think anything Franco had would have been able to deal with that. The Fireball was not enough. He needed that Fireball to kill everything. And Fireball isn't that powerful.
Yeah, it doesn't do enough damage to single-handedly defend against that situation. And then things like your Mega Knight just become entirely useless. It's a waste of a card at that point because everything is airborne. And so the Lava Hound and all of the other dragons, all of the Mega Minion and everything can just walk on home and finish off the tower. But we have to commend Taoki. He has been... I mean, to say that he played perfectly is untrue. He's been an inconsistent player. But... inconsistent players are the most fun to watch because when they have bad games, they have really bad games. But when they have their great games, honestly, it's so exciting. The play is just exceptional, and you get to see such explosive combat.
The fireworks, man. Every time he managed to get those pushes to work, and we're just like, it's going. The tower is dead.
Yeah.
But then, like, on the other hand, defensively, I think Taoki was still very strong. However, he did seem to break down a little bit too easily. but he still takes out the win. His offense was amazing in that last game.
Unbelievable stuff going on from him. And props to Franco as well. Like, you know, he comes in, loses the first 2 games, manages to hold on, pushes it to a 5-game series. I thought he was the favorite at the start of the series. I thought before the games came down, I thought he was going to take this one. Does fall at the final hurdle in the end, but props to him. And also props to him for bringing the Mega Knight deck in that final game as well. That's a brave thing to do. You know, when things like the Royal Giant, things like the Lava Hound are definitely your more staple decks, definitely the more reliable decks in the current meta. So it was brave of him to go with that Mega Knight in the end. Doesn't work out, but props to him for bringing something a little bit more different.
Yeah, I mean, the Mega Knight swap, usually I think you put P.E.K.K.A. in there, right?
Yeah.
You put P.E.K.K.A. in that spot. I think even if the P.E.K.K.A. was there, it wouldn't have been a good decision.
No.
I still think
Mega Knight does better in this situation just because at least he can close the gap. At least he can't just be distracted forever. But ultimately, against the Lava Hound deck, it's very difficult. You don't have very much anti-air at all. So, like you were saying, you need a lot of value out of that Fireball, and in this matchup, just was not able to find it.
Well, we are almost done between the two of us.
Yeah.
But you will be able to see the final game over on the main stage with G-Clef and Paper Thin just after this broadcast. I'm not sure what time they're going on, but they're going on relatively soon if you want to see JuicyJ versus FMGG.
Yeah, it's going to be FMGG and GCJ, both favorites from there. In fact, FMGG, I don't know if you guys heard me yesterday, he was like a dark horse in the qualifier. Lost his first game against Arctic Paul, unfortunately not having the greatest tournament here. Nobody expected him to make it. Everyone was expecting Gator Shot to come out of those qualifiers. Manages to make it. And then in the round robin, 6-1 overall. Phenomenal performance from him. 5-game series in his semi-final. 4-game series in his semi-final against Taoki, but does push on through very convincingly. And now in the final against JuicyJ. That is going to be a barn burner of a series.
Yeah, but we're going to have to find out soon. I think we're almost done here. So, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.